The Continuous Plankton Recorder Survey is one of the longest-running marine biology monitoring programs in the world. And continuous plankton recorders are torpedo-shaped plankton sampling machines. They get towed behind merchant ships or ships of opportunity while they go about their regular business. The project was started in 1931 by marine biologists Sir Alister Hardy and Sir Cyril Lucas. They've been studying plankton ever since and have used the same exact methodology since 1948. And the CPRs, as they're affectionately called, get dragged behind boats at about 10 meters depth. And as they do, water comes in that front orifice there. Inside there's a slowly unrolling band of silk mesh that catches up the little planktons as it trawls around. And then it spools up the planktosilk and stores it in the back over here. And whenever they get it back into the lab, they divide it into samples that represent 10 nautical miles of tow. And then they look at the silk mesh under a microscope to identify and count the planktons. And since 1948, they've identified at least 800 phyto and zooplankton species. In its almost 90-year history, CPRs have been towed at least 7,063,000 nautical miles by 278 ships. That's around 326 circumnavigations worths of travel around the world's oceans. Unsurprisingly, the program holds the world's largest plankton archive, with samples dating back to the late 1950s. Plankton are responsible for providing about half of the world's oxygen. They're also the most active part of the biological pump. The biological pump sequesters over 10 gigatons of carbon from the atmosphere and land runoff into the interior of the ocean every year. And they compose the bottom few levels of the oceanic food chain, so it's important to know how them little buddies are doing. Turns out that as the ocean has been warming up, warmer water species of plankton have been moving northward towards the North Atlantic at a rate of about 23 kilometers per year. And in 1957, the survey recorded the first ever scientific recording of marine litter, and they've been finding more and more every year. In fact, marine biologist Richard Thompson coined the term microplastics in 2004 about what they were seeing. Overall, the CPR survey has helped produce over 1,000 papers in peer-reviewed journals, and I hope they get to keep pushing out papers for another century.